Hey guys, welcome back to Staying Salty. My name is Miranda, if you haven't been here before, and today we're going to be talking about CF-related diabetes.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
So before we get into the diabetes portion of this, we kind of have to just talk about CF for a second. And CF, as all of us know, affects every single one of us differently. And because of that, our pancreas is going to be damaged in different parts of our lives, or it may never be completely damaged to the point where diabetes will be an issue. Or maybe we have diabetes genetically on an entirely different form, that our bodies are going to be affected differently at different parts. Diabetes can be correlated into that at different sections in our health, and so it's going to affect us differently as a whole, altogether, always, as all things are with CF in our lives. So I became borderline diabetic at about 10, 11 years old, and I didn't give a crap. I was kind of just like, okay, this is a thing, but I'm not diabetic yet, so I can just do whatever I want. My sugars really started to impact my health around 18, and I was constantly tired. I was super, super weak, and I could not keep weight on me to save my life. I never really could growing up, but around 16, 17, I started to put some on, and at 18, I just could not keep it on. So 19 is when we started to really look into my sugars, and I went to see a specialist. And when I sat there, she looks at me and she puts all of these needles and meds and stuff on a table and says, you're going to do this, this, and this in this order. You have to calculate all of these things. If this is not exact, you will go into a coma and die. And that terrified me, the way that she phrased it. And she kept talking about me dying if I didn't do things perfectly. And it was terrifying. So it was a huge wake-up call for me whenever it came to my sugars, and I was already in nutrition school, and so I just decided right then and there that I needed to take it into my own hands and try diet control before I went to that last resort of those medications. Because if there's a way that I can naturally stop myself from having to stab myself and do all of these things and put these things into my body that can over time kind of make things worse in some aspects, I'm going to do everything that I can to make that happen. So in the beginning, I went kind of full on Atkins, cut out the majority of all sugars and carbs. I cut out sodas and all of those types of things, and really just ate only protein and fruit. And it was very little small increments of fruit. And I would only eat that because, well, I kind of forced myself into another problem, which was extremely low sugars all the time. And I could not get those up. So after that, I kind of had to teach myself the balance that my body needed. So now what I do is I've cut out all sodas. I will occasionally have like an icy or two because you have to treat yourself sometimes. I cut out the majority of simple sugars, but you know, if there's a birthday party, I'm gonna have a cake. I'm just not gonna have like the giant piece of cake with all of the icing on it. I cut out, for the majority, all white grains and whatnot, and go whole grains. And I just kind of, as a whole, made my diet a little bit healthier. In doing all of this, I actually brought my A1C down, I think 3 points or something like that. I've brought it down a heck of a lot, and it's improved my health dramatically overall. And because of me taking my own life into my own hands and trying to figure out something with food, I've been able to kind of save my pancreas a little bit and just make myself healthier. I do still have days with me eating completely healthy that my sugars do go off. If I'm super stressed, if I'm really sick, if I'm on antibiotics, my sugars are going to fluctuate. And I've learned that I have to extra monitor myself on those days and kind of just work my diet around it. So on days that I am super sick and super stressed and all these things are going on and my sugars are going up and down like crazy, I kind of really have to make sure those are the days that I am on my game and don't waver in one way or another. After a while, with all of the trial and errors of everything that I'm doing, I kind of have been able to tell what my sugars are, if they're up, if they're down, if I have to eat something more sugary, if I have to eat something with a little bit more protein, and if I need to drink extra water, or if I need to take a couple of more supplements. I have a couple of supplements that I do take, like cinnamon and things like that, that are proven to help with sugars, and so I take those a couple of times a day. And I just I'm trying to go the natural route as long as I can, because I know once I go insulin, I can't really go back. If you guys have any questions on exactly what kind of meals that I eat on a day-to-day basis when it comes to trying to control my sugars one way or the other, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll work on making videos like that for you guys. Let me know how you guys take care of yourselves with your sugars. Do you do insulin? Do you do pills? Do you diet control? Is diabetes not even something on your radar right now? I want to know. I know everyone else wants to know, and if you have any tips, let us know in the comments down below as well. Like this video if you found it useful, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and click the little notification bell so you can be notified every time I put up a video. I'm going to put my social media accounts as well as the channels in the description down below. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'll see you guys next week, and remember to stay salty.